Coming up, promising COVID-19 vaccine trials bring hope to essential workers.
And later, how UI students are shifting their holiday plans to stay safe.
Welcome to DITV Now, your flash update on all the biggest headlines coming out of the Daily Iowa newsroom. I'm your host, Tiana Torjan.
And I'm Katie Wadman.
States are locking down again as COVID-19 cases skyrocket across the U.S. Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds said in a press conference last night that Iowa will mandate masks indoors when social distancing isn't possible. There are also limits on in-person gatherings, non-essential events, and more. This went into effect at midnight Monday night. DITV reporter Mallory Wilson has more on when a COVID-19 vaccine may be ready.
University of Iowa hospitals and clinics are part of a nationwide clinical trial of one of two new COVID-19 vaccines. Pfizer developed the vaccine, and it involves 270 volunteers.
We started early with our planning to pull together a group to start to look at all the different aspects, whether it's storage, whether it's administration, human resources.
UIHC is ready to store the two leading vaccines, Pfizer and Moderna. The Pfizer vaccine is predicted to be approved first, but Moderna is anticipated to come shortly after. The trial will continue for 2 years as the durability of the vaccine is unclear.
These are early results. There are still safety data points that need to be collected before this data will go to the FDA.
Earliest approval of the Pfizer vaccine will be mid to late December. Once the vaccine is approved by FDA, Johnson County Public Health will then determine how it will be distributed to essential workers and who is considered essential. The Pfizer vaccine released promising early results on November 9th of 90% efficacy, while the competitor vaccine Moderna released data yesterday, November 16th, of 94.5 efficacy.
They pulled out and looked at everybody who had documented COVID during the follow-up. Over 90% of them were in the placebo group. So that's really excellent proof that the vaccine protects against COVID.
Reporting from Iowa City, Mallory Wilson, DITV.
The University of Iowa has canceled study abroad travel this spring because of COVID-19. However, the UI already has a plan in place to make sure students get their global experience.
So some of the students who applied for spring 2021 have deferred their participation to future sessions when travel is possible again, either for this coming fall or if they wanted to keep it, spring, the following spring.
Other students have taken advantage of the UI's new international virtual internships. This allows students to work with organizations abroad while staying in the U.S.
Something of a groundbreaker for that. A lot of other institutions have looked to our university because we were one of the first to embrace virtual global internships as possibilities for our students. What I really like is that our universities not only embrace those as a short-term solution, but they're also looking at them as a long-term solution.
The UI hopes that in the near future, study abroad programs will be feasible again. Until COVID-19 cases significantly decrease or a vaccine is released, study abroad will be put on hold.
COVID-19 continues to spread rapidly during one of the busiest seasons for family gatherings. DITV reporter Lauren Johnson talked to UI students to see how they're changing up traditions this year.
With COVID-19 cases on the rise and new CDC guidelines released for how to safely celebrate the holidays, people are changing their usual Thanksgiving traditions to protect their loved ones. University of Iowa students say that their celebration of the holiday will look different this year.
COVID-19 has impacted several students' Thanksgiving plans in that they are not getting together with extended family and instead spending the holiday with their immediate families at home.
We usually go to my grandma's, my whole family, but we're not this year. We're just doing a smaller thing with just my household family.
Students are expressing concern for older and more vulnerable family members, but will miss the opportunity to spend time with their elderly loved ones.
It sucks because I don't know how many more Thanksgivings I'm going to have with my Grammy, who I'm really close with, but I feel like you just kind of have to deal with it and make it through.
Some students and their families canceled gatherings in favor of staying home this year.
I'm not celebrating it with my family anymore. I'm just going to be at my house. We're not having like a big family gathering.
From Iowa City, Lauren Johnson, DITV.
The FBI reported yesterday that hate crime levels in the U.S. are the highest they've been since 2008. There were 7,314 hate crimes in 2019. The report defined a hate crime as crimes due to bias against parts of a person's identity, such as race or religion. 51 of those crimes were murders. After the report went public, advocacy groups asked U.S. law enforcement to improve their hate crime reporting methods.
Former President Barack Obama's long-awaited book comes out today. The memoir is called A Promised Land and talks about Obama's experiences during his time in the White House. It will be released in 19 languages and is anticipated to be one of the highest-selling political memoirs ever.
British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has isolated himself after coming in contact with a positive COVID-19 case. Johnson had the virus back in March, but is self-isolating anyway. In a video message on Tuesday, he encouraged UK citizens to do the same.
And actually, it doesn't matter that I've had the disease and I'm bursting with antibodies. We've got to interrupt the spread of the disease.
Johnson's isolation comes at a bad time. The transition period into Brexit is almost up. The EU and the UK still have yet to strike a trade agreement. If they don't reach a deal, it could have severe repercussions.
Today will be partly sunny with a high of 43 degrees and a low of 29.
Thanks for tuning in to DITV Now.
We'll be back tomorrow with the latest on the University of Iowa, Iowa City, and Hawkeye Nation. From Iowa City, I'm Tiana Torjan.
And I'm Katie Wadman. Have a great day.